Okay. I can't even hear you.
Yo, yo.
Oh, now I can hear you. I can hear you. All right. So I like we're gonna be talking about this idea of going to another dimension. We kind of got this idea from my video game pitch when I was talking about this game called that I wanted to create called Stargate, which is the
So,
idea.
so people believe in this, right? Like not like on some joker shit, like on some serious shit.
Yeah, a lot of people believe in things like this exist, but it's like there's not really a lot of like concrete facts. You know what I mean? That would prove that it actually exists, which kind of is like what throws me off. But I just like it because I like the idea of something like this possibly existing. But like there's multiple variations of stargates. Like sometimes it can have like a religious background. Sometimes it can have like a scientific background that goes beyond it. But it's the idea of like being able to travel to another place at a super high pace speed. It can be a different dimension. It can be within the same dimension, just at a different location. Um, some people believe that there's stargates like in the U.S., like in Arizona, and there's one in England. You know the Stonehenge, I think it's called. You know those like
Stonehenge.
yeah, hinge, yeah. The you know how they believe that I'm not really necessarily talking about it, but like there's like multiple stargates that people believe that actually exist. They believe that's like a gateway to another world, which is kind of funny because it's gonna be random that I'm bringing this up because I remember as a kid watching Zatch Bell, and when they went there, they teleported to the Motor world through that. But that's just something that I just wanted to bring up real quick, but it's not important. Yeah, there's rumors that at that location specifically that a police officer seen like a spark of lightning hit that area, and he supposedly heard like groups of people and people like camping out over there, and when he went over there they disappeared, and multiple other people have said that they've seen that. But the one that I wanted to focus on is it's more of like a religious Stargate that people talk about. It's called the Heyu the Heyu Marca. It takes place in Peru. So let's go through this article real quick. So the Heyu Peru, it's called the Gate of the Gods. It has been it's been around for like people believe to be like since the Inca times. So let's read the article. The Gate of the Gods Peru de Hayu Marca has been at some time in the distant past carved out of a natural rock face and all measures exactly 7 meters. Its height by 7 meters width and smaller a clove in center of the base, which measures is just under the 2 meters in height. So the idea of this, there's a reason why people believe that there's two doors that they believe that the big square is supposed to be a bigger being, and then this small one's supposed to be for us. If you look at the little, you see how there's like a little shape inside of it. So they think there's two doors for like for human beings, and then one for like celestial beings. But let's talk about how like it came to people came to believe it was a Stargate. So if you look at the bottom at the last page, it talks about this guy named Amaru Meeru. So during the
Wait, here?
yeah yeah so during the times when basically the Incas existed, they were getting to so Spanish e- e- I can't even
Inquisition. It's like,
conquistadors
oh,
are after
conquistador.
looted gold. I have trouble saying that one. Precious stones from the Incas tribes. According to one legend, at the Incas Creek, the Temple of the Seven Rays, named Amaru Meeru fled to the temple and scared the golden disc, known as the Key of the Gods of the Seven Rays, and hid hid in the mountains of Hayumarka. He eventually came upon the doorway, which has been watched by the shaman priest. He showed them the keys of the god, and a ritual was performed, with the conclusion of magical occurrence initiated by the golden disc, which opened a portal. And according to the legend, blue light did emanate from the tunnels inside, and the priest Amaru Meeru handed the golden disc to the shaman and then passed through the portal, never to be seen again. Archaeologists have observed the small hand-sized circular depression on the right-hand side of the small entranceway, and have theorized that this is where the small disc could be placed and held by the rock. So people actually believe that if you actually look inside, so scroll up, you see that? No, right there. Go back. Yeah, you see that little dot right there?
Yeah.
So people believe that this is like a gateway key. So someone has the disc. They believe someone has this golden disc. If you place this golden disc inside that little circle, it would activate a Stargate. And people typically say that Stargates are areas where a lot of magnetic field is present around that area. And so Arizona and Peru and other places where people consider to be called Stargates are locations where a lot of magnetic force is around that area. And there's people that say that, like, there's rumors that they can kind of feel like unnatural spiritual energy coming out of those areas, especially this location too. And one of the things that I found interesting when I was doing research on Arizona, because there's I forgot the name of the location, but it's in Sonora, Arizona, where people would say they would see like blue flashes sometimes when they're walking at night, emanating from the rocks. And this, people draw the conclusion with this too, that in this lore they were saying that when he went through the tunnel, it was blue rays. And archaeologists are associating that when people talk about like the history of behind the Stargates, they typically talk about the color of blue rays or emanating from the rocks or something like that. So they think it can be a connection. They between the cultures, there can be a connection involving like some type of teleportation, which I kind of find that's pretty cool. It's not really concrete information enough for me to believe in it, but the idea behind it, I feel like is pretty cool, which is why I made it into like a video game kind of.
What's it called? Did you know there's a movie and a TV show called Stargate?
Yeah, that's when so that's when that TV show came out, it kind of became really popular study from NASA. They said like when that TV show came out, I guess a lot of research behind it started to form, because the idea of being able to travel somewhere to a faster location would be kind of resourceful to us. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, because I was gonna watch it, but it was like 2 hours. I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know about that, man. But yeah.
So the idea of this is basically the Spanish conquistadors were basically like killing these people down, and then one of their leaders legit escaped. Were said to escape through this entrance right here. And it's said to believe that they believe gods or like some type of higher being would use the big door, and then the only way for humans to enter was through that door.
They're all shaped like this.
Every single Stargate?
Yeah, or that's just all shaped differently.
No, they're all different. They all look completely different. Do you think it's weird because scientists believe like they don't know how they would draw this out, how they would create this with the type of technology they had at the time. Same thing with the stone, the Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Hinge, yeah, I keep on saying he's yeah. They don't know how like they would be able to lift those boulders, um, and place them in that way because they're so heavy, and they only have primitive technology.
I mean, it's the same with the pyramids. It's kind of just like, I don't know, man. They just got that shit done.
Yeah. You think it could just be like a coincidence that's there, or like that's like that for a purpose? Like,
I don't know, because back in the day, like they thought everything that was done was from a god, like the rain and shit, the sun and shit. So I don't know. I can see them being like, "Yo, this is weird. Let's praise it or some shit." Like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
but it's kind of weird because it does look really, really like perfectly cut. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I wouldn't really say it could just be a coincidence in my eyes. That's what I think.
Nah, yeah, that's possible. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
And then
interesting.
that's like another Stargate people believe in. I didn't really do too much research on that one. That was just inside the article.
Damn, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Do archaeologists believe in it, or is it kind of just like a conspiracy theory thing?
Some people believe in it. Some people think it's a possibility, but I don't know because they don't really say anything too factual to me to the point where like it would make me want to believe it. There was a story about this Stargate in Egypt where someone supposedly knew a hidden passageway and basically was telling archaeologists where to look, and archaeologists were discovering new things because of this person. And the person was saying, I guess the person was doing something that was to, because you know how there's hieroglyphics, they were able to kind of like decode what the language, like the writing of their language. So the person, I guess, was doing something to the wall where they believe a Stargate was located at, and they were saying like the thing that he was trying to do probably isn't working because I guess he doesn't have a key or something like that. And they're saying like it's kind of strange how this person's saying, I guess the person was saying like he had a dream about this location and that you can travel through this portal and you open you to a different like ancient civilization or some shit like that. But like that's all like, you know what I mean? It's not concrete information. It's just, but it is kind of strange that he was able to discover a new location of what in that in Egypt, a hidden passageway that they knew nothing about, which is kind of weird. But I don't know. I need to see an actual portal. You know what I mean? In order for me to believe it.
Yeah, I've met. I don't know. It's kind of like you can't go through. You said you can't go through the portal without the key, right?
Yeah, you can't go through it without the key. For that one, I was specifically talking about. But in a documentary, when I was reading a documentary about Stargates, in multiple locations, there's like ideas of having like this square-shaped key or like a round-shaped key to cause like the pathway to open or some shit like that. But it's crazy how some people really believe in this though.
I know. I mean, it makes. I mean, I don't know if because niggas believed in the 2012 shit because of the Mayan calendar.
Yeah.
So, but it was interesting. I might watch the movie just to see where the legend happens. What's it called? Because he said it's where humans originally started, right? Or is that just what you made up?
That's multiple. There's multiple theories. Like people have multiple ideas where there's ancient civilizations, aliens, or like maybe gods, angels.
Yeah.
Mine was just I wanted mine to kind of be like more like kind of believable a little bit. Not saying that like higher beings don't exist because I do believe in God, but I just wanted to be something kind of cool, like where it kind of really connects with us. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where did we come from? Like, are we special in some type of way, and we just don't know? Kind of like how Superman. It was kind of like it was weird how I came up with the idea because I was thinking about this because during the time when we were doing those video game pitches, I was watching a documentary on this on YouTube randomly because I'd be doing some weird shit like that, and then I was looking at I was watching like Injustice and I was seeing Superman, and then Superman is this whole alien that lives on a different planet who basically has powers on this planet, but not necessarily like powers on his own planet. So and then I was thinking, I was like, man, what if I made an open world game where like we go to a different world and we have powers, you know what I mean? That we didn't
Yeah.
existed.
Okay.
Glamour of wearing diamonds. Diamonds bring status, elegance, and prestige. Their brilliance makes